There are obviously some concerns and some things to celebrate in the school improvement reports. It's an indication that we need to ensure that funding to public schools is maintained if we're going to achieve any improvement in the future, and that's something that the AAU will focus on.
Do they need to be viewed in context? Are there drawbacks of reporting like this?
We need to be aware that reports such as the one that's just been made available are very simplistic. They don't show the full picture of schools and what make a successful school, and they need to be read in that context.
Should parents be looking at the schools that they are sending their children to or considering and making conclusions? Is that an appropriate use of this information?
Parents should always consider the schools that they're sending their children to, but not on the basis of a single report. If parents really want to know what's happening in schools, they need to talk to the schools.
The government's quick to tell us though that things are on the up, and in some schools that's not the case. In some schools, only half the students are meeting the levels they should be. Surely that's not good enough.
The AU keeps pushing for funding on the basis of need, and that particularly relates to our public education system that educates the most challenging students and our most vulnerable students, and we will continue to do that so that we do have some chance to improve results overall.
Isn't it a simple fact though? They keep talking about raising the bar, bridging the gap. The bar seems to be staying in the same place and the gap still seems to be quite wide.
Tasmania is in a unique situation in that we have a very low socioeconomic status, and that research has shown that that has a very significant effect on education. That's something that needs to be counted, and initiatives such as raising the bar, closing the gap are intended to do that. Hopefully over time they will be successful.
With all the reports available, it's inevitable that some parents are going to have a peek over the fence and have a look at how other schools are going. What's your message to people trying to make comparisons?
When parents make comparisons about schools, they need to talk to people in schools to find out what is on offer for their students. When parents make comparisons about schools, they should talk to the schools or the people in them. When parents wish to make comparisons about schools, they need to talk to people within those schools so that they can find out what is on offer for their children. Using simplified reports for that purpose would not provide all the information that they need.
How is it that you're allowed to talk about this report, but you're not allowed
I'm just starting to think that this is going to dominate the media tonight when we're actually here to celebrate public education.
Well, perhaps you should take that up with the Minister because she released that report today. It's her chosen
that's
time.
unfortunate, isn't it? And maybe being inexperienced and how the media will just pounce on the negative is the result of
That's what's happening. I mean, she answered questions about this herself.
Well, that's her choice. I can't explain why the Minister has released this report today. All I can say is that the AEU and the Department of Education has put a lot of work into planning Public Education Day. We wish to honour the students who took part in that competition, all 650 of them, and celebrate their achievements and success.
I know you don't want to talk about Tasmania tomorrow, but it must be positive that education's in the public forum and being discussed so vigorously.
When it's all negative, that is not a positive outcome.
Well, you're the ones who are calling for it to be rolled back. Surely we're not the ones that are saying there's something wrong with it.
We're not going to bait you into talking about Tas tomorrow today.
Have you had any
Today's
discussions?
Public Education Day. We're here to celebrate that day. It's time that we honoured the good work that our students in public schools do.
Are teachers
by not talking about Tasmania tomorrow?
Not answering that question.
Do teachers feel that there is too much need? Is that the message getting from teachers, that there's not enough public reporting of what's happening in the space?
Public Education Day is the one day of the year when we can just truly and openly celebrate public education. Our public education system is the one that educates the most students. The students that come from that system are well-rounded students who contribute to our community. That is to be celebrated.
But you're basically saying that you expect the media to drop its role of scrutinising to suit your timetable. How can you ask that?
Today I'd like to talk about public education day.
Is there a great division within the union with regards to Tasmania tomorrow?
Today I'd like to talk about public education.
Will you be talking privately to the Minister about the Tasmania tomorrow issue, or have you done so already today?
No?
discuss these latest reports with her?
Today I talked to her about the importance of focusing on public education when speaking to the people.
And just on that question, are you getting the message from teachers that they do feel there's been too much negative issue or there's too much negativity in the media? Is that what they're telling you? Are they fed up with that?
No, they're not saying that at all. I'm the one that's trying to monitor that. And the reason why I don't mind talking about the school report system is because I often link it to the need for more funding, and that is a positive. If we could get more funding, that would be useful.
You talked about the need to make funding. What are your priorities right now, especially in terms of the state budget being so close to the other areas?
Well, our main concern coming up to the state budget is that education funding is at least maintained, if not increased. So we are concerned that the budget might be cut, and that would be a disaster because it's been underfunded for a long time. The last 2 years helped, but it needs to be maintained at a much lower rate.
So is maintaining that level or does it need to be increased?
Yeah, increasing would be excellent, but it's got to at least be maintained.
Why do you have concerns that it might be cut and
Well, often what happens is they'll put money into an area for a while and say, okay, we've done our bit there, that should do it, and move on to the next area. They seem to lose sight of the fact that you need to sustain it over a long period of time if you're actually going to achieve improvements.
So are you talking about particular programs such as Gap, those sort of programs that were brought to
Yeah, plus there are things that are missing that we need, like alternative settings for high schools, additional specialist teachers in primary schools to broaden curriculum. All those things are what are going to help retain students in schools.
So you're obviously lobbying hard for a while. Is it too late? Do you have time?
Well, we've been lobbying since well before the election when we sought opinions from the government about such things as maintenance of the same proportion of education of the state budget for education, and we lobbied for such things as alternative settings for high schools and so on. So we'll just be continually reminding them about the things that they made and that they should do.
Any idea what the cut might be?
I don't know. I don't even know if they're planning one,
No.
but we just want to make sure that we're on the front foot and encouraging them just to keep that proportion the same or better. Okay?
Thank you.
Happy to talk about Tasmania tomorrow.